Well, hello everybody. Welcome to my third and what I thought was going to be the last installment of the Kobold Lair on my playtesting of my own game system. I got it all set up here. The high-level characters are coming back to rescue the captured individuals or revenge themselves upon the dragon who might have slain them after they were left for dead in our last adventure. Of course, the way you plan things out and the way they come out often as a DM are very different, and this was the absolute case here. Of course, I had set up a nice big playtest so I could run the large black dragon against the party with his minion kobolds and his little tiny dragon heir, and see how that went. And to set the stage, to give the characters a little advantage, I had it set up so that the Fomorian troll allies that had fought with them in the last battle and escaped, got the treasure and a magical item as their portion of the booty, were really impressed by this. And he had gone back, told the Fomorian leaders what had gone on. They decided that they would go in and kill the dragon themselves, thusly allowing them to get all the treasure and not having to share it with their human, temporary allies. As the party arrives, they see that a large battle has ensued. There's all sort of dead kobolds lying about, a few dead Fomorian trolls as well. They find that 2 siege weapons have been set up by the Fomorian trolls, and they are firing flaming balls of burning material into the castle, trying to basically smoke it out, heat it up, and whatnot. They contact past allies, the Fomorian trolls, who say, look, we're attacking and weakening them up for you so you can go in and rescue your people, and we'll split the treasure with you again. And we'll even send, of course, your friend, the troll shaman along, and a new elite sword master Fomorian warrior. Not quite a big troll, sort of a little bit like Knoll size, but much more skillful and a little smarter. That was how it was set up. This had 2 great interests for me. One, it adds to the color. It allows the party to sort of maybe seal alliances or firm up alliances or whatever they want to do within the fact that they were dealing with the Fomorians. Fomorians and humans had been an alliance in the last war against the elves, so it sort of seemed like a somewhat normal fit for the trolls. Seemed like the party might go along, and of course they agreed, but it seems they might have had some differences in their thoughts than what I thought they were going to do. They enter the smoking lower levels of the castle, and they find more carnage of the battle. Some dead trolls, lots of dead kobolds, and they climb the stairs back up to where they were, only to be basically find themselves in the main lair with the big dragon, his minion, and the surviving kobolds, of course, treasure, and their 2 past characters that were left for dead in the last battle were surprisingly alive and even been slightly healed up. They were shackled to a pillar in the middle of the room, and the dragon basically says, aha, you've returned, and a lot of banter ensues. What say you? What do you offer me for the lives of your compatriots? Now, the party starts to talk to themselves, out of character. Well, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that. And they thought, well, wait a second, let's flatter the dragon. Now, they start to say, oh, mighty black dragon, we just want our compatriots. We're, not going to cause you any ill will. That didn't necessarily sit too well with their Fomorians that were with them because, well, of course, they were coming back expecting that the higher level party members now were going to slay the dragon, grab the great treasure. The Fomorians would both get half the treasure and be able to retake this past glory of this Fomorian castle that had been owned by Magog the Cruel, something they were hoping to do. Well, as they flatter the dragon and they're talking about how powerful he is, I'm looking over the game mechanics of the rules. Now, what we had done is giving monsters basically like 3 special abilities. Immunities, things that creatures basically are, not able to be even harmed or bothered by. Advantages, things that they are resistant to or they have some specialty against it. And then a weakness. And the weakness doesn't always have to be there, and that was all going to be dependent upon the various monsters. Also allows for the players to sort of design their own, to have intriguingly different creatures that would be different from every other one of that type that someone else might have run. Now, whipping this up, I just, put down my basic stuff, but for the weakness, I put down Vain. Now, I figured Vain was perfect. I wasn't going to do anything, but I had done my due diligence as a DM and provided a weakness. But of course, now the party is flattering the dragon. Oops. I said, make me a roll to see how well you've done at your groveling and how much he's impressed by it. Of course, they rolled well. The dragon is totally enamored by the party now. Of course, my new allies, I am more than willing to help you here. Here's an idea. And he sends his little kobold over to sort of whisper into their ear, look, let's just kill these trolls. I'll give you half my little treasure here as a reward. We will also work to become allies, and I, of course, will return your friends. Now, I wasn't sure how this was going to be received, but it was like, hey, I don't hate this dragon really any more than I hate these trolls. So I think it's easier to kill the trolls, help the dragon, and get our friends back that way with no risk of them sort of dying in the ensuing melee, which is what they did. It was very funny, of course, very different from what I expected, and not quite the role-playing I had, but a nice battle with the two Fomorian trolls took place. The party, though injured and the trolls put up a good fight, they were relatively easily able to overwhelm the trolls. The dragon, good to his word, returns their compatriot, gives them some treasure, says thank you for your aid, and the party now comes with this great idea that they're going to run out and tell the Fomorians, aha, we've slayed the dragon, your two compatriots died in the battle heroically, you just have to go on in and get your whole treasure and take control of your castle and all will be well. See, the dragon didn't quite trust the humans. Well, not completely, you see. So as they go out to tell this little concoction of a story, which the dragon kind of figures the Fomorians are more likely not going to believe, he now attacks. And he comes roaring down, the battle ensues, the party doesn't quite know what to do, so they do the brave and heroic thing of, well, running away. They don't really quite know what has happened from this point on, but they got back with their compatriots. They have a nice treasure, which included a really cool magical item, this amulet of healing, which is really excellent in the way our rule system works, because it enhances your ability to heal, and it's something very valuable. I thought you might get a little help and information about, how I run games and have some fun, see little snippets of how the players were interacting with this. Again, I didn't spend a whole lot of time in the preparation. Again, I was expecting a very long battle. So I just kind of whipped up something. Actually, my partner Steve actually whipped it up and I just said, hey, I like that. I'm going to steal it. So I left it in place, and that was sort of the whole setting for the phenomenal battle, which didn't really happen. But it turned out to be fun and interesting, and I thought you might like it. If you stay till after the end of the video, I'm going to talk briefly about two things. One, the vintage miniature painting challenge that I'm doing. I want to talk to you about how to get a hold of me and things like that. The second thing I want to talk about is I want to start playtesting the game. And because of that, I thought I'm going to put some information at the back. If you're interested in playtesting, how we're going to go ahead about doing that. And if you're interested, I'd love to have you on board. So here we go, and enjoy the little snippets. Well, the final push into the Kobold lair. The Fomorians have laid siege to the outside tower, and the party has rekindled their friendship with the Fomorian shaman that went with them last time to go in and see if they can rescue or find a way to trade to get their patrons back from the Black Dragon. Since the tower and castle are now under siege by Fomorian weapons, the dragon seems a little bit more interested in negotiating than to stand up and just murder and kill all these usurpers and interlopers who've dared to enter his lair.
We have to rescue our guys.
Hold on. The dragon has made them an offer they couldn't refuse. He would give them back their allies and a small bonus treasure as well. And, well, if the Fomorians do not live to tell the tale, who shall know that the party betrayed them? And they will get their friends back and maybe even a partial alliance with the dragon. The trolls are putting up a good fight against their once thought allies and now realized foes, but the party is quickly overwhelming them with a magical spell that shocks the one warrior and kills him outright. The other troll has dropped his creeping doom, which is poisoned and damaged some of the players as they flee away from it as it expands around the area near them. The howling, barking, and yapping from all the kobolds as they look on in glee watching the party destroy the trolls. The party has bravely wiped out their previous allies and now have a pact with the dragon.
Almighty winged greatness. We've killed your enemy for you as our deal. May we tend to the wounds of our kin.
Oh, well, you've kept your word. To me, at least. Come get your friends and claim them. I will give you the treasure as I promised, and you can make up whatever story you want to their compatriots.
Very well.
In fact, we'll even help. At this point, the dragon gives orders to his kobold minions, and they leap upon the bodies of the trolls, devouring them for lunch.
We have to come out with dragon blood on us and treasure and here. I know we are, but we need to give them some treasure too.
Why would we give them our treasure?
The dragon's only giving you a small little box of treasure.
That's fine. I'm giving them some gold in a bag saying, here's for the loss of your friends.
And half of that box we give to...
And here's your castle
to
back.
get 'em to-
I'm gonna pick up the pieces that go to my great flail that I shattered.
Oh, by the way. You did.
No, I'm pretty sure that's gone. You'll be looking for a new great flail because that one got blown to bits with. I'm sure he would never. I'm sure this friendly dragon would never betray the party.
And then we will tell the trolls that this place is free and clear for them to take over, which will be your ambush.
Absolutely. Good. That's perfect. It'll be great. So the kobolds are ordered, and they release your two naked compatriots. And they hand them to you, and the one kobold comes over and gives you a small chest of promised treasure. And the dragon wishes you well. He says, it's so good to see someone who has such high morals and scruples. I look forward to dealing with you in the future. The party has now been given the small treasure. The dragon gives you a nice toothy grin and smiles at you and says, great. The little dragon is looking at you interestingly. All the kobolds are kind of fat, laying around on the ground, all filled with troll meat that they just tore apart of the two trolls you killed. The Fomorians, well, there's nothing much left of them.
But you have a wizard.
It's a black orb that has like a swirling mist inside.
Very cool. Yeah, that's what's causing the creeping death.
Oh, he had the creeping death before.
Oh, he did? Okay. Well, so this is a new deal. Something you might have got from the other loot.
Yes, exactly.
Should we give it to the black dragon?
No.
The Bright Dragon thinks you should.
I think we should give it to the black dragon.
Why would you say something?
Because it's creepy, dude. We don't... It's probably cursed or some poison or something.
That's what you said about this.
All right, fine. I'm not going to have my way again. It's fine.
All right.
Sorry. My bad.
Okay,
We're going outside.
Okay, is the bickering phase over?
Yes.
Okay, the bickering phase is now ended. The party now descends with their newly ill-got treasure
And our plan.
and your plan. They get outside. The Fomorians are standing there next to their siege weapons that they've stopped assaulting the castle with, waiting to hear the great outcome of...
My harpy claw is ready with charm, just in case.
So, where are our compatriots?
Anyway.
They look around. What has happened?
We were able to take back your castle, but sadly your compatriots fought valiantly, but lost their lives at the success of victory.
And
I have it in the treasure chest.
Oh, great. Well, okay. And where's the dragon? Did you bring back proof of his death?
Sadly, we did. Bastion, show him the orb.
Yeah, he shows them. Okay, he shows them the orb.
Okay, then the one Fomorian armored warrior reaches forward to take it from you.
Okay, or that works too.
Okay. All right. He goes,
And they
all
took
right.
the treasure, the 200 gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
That's the least we can do.
Okay, they start to march into the tower to go get the bodies of their friends.
Congratulations on your tower.
And we book it the other way.
We don't book it.
Well, at this point, there appears to be a swooshing sound as the air cracks in the middle of the night as the dragon dives down and burns the two siege weapons with his breath. And the little dragon's flying around and attacking, and they lay battle to the Fomorian warriors who are sieging their castle. What would you guys wish to do?
Camp out outside and wait for them to attack.
Kick ass to a camp spot. What'd you say?
Let's go in there and cut them down.
No.
We're gonna help out the trolls.
No, we're gonna kill them all. We're gonna kill the trolls.
Yeah,
and
we're with the Fomorians. Let's go and let them kind of quickly go in front of us.
So you're doing what?
The Fomorians are already inside.
Are you? No, well, they started to go inside. The
Started to go
dragon
inside.
attacked them. So the dragon is now attacking them.
Oh, okay.
We either beaten feet.
I say we take a step back and don't attack because we don't want to try our luck getting caught in the crossfire with the dragon.
We're
'cause I'm
beating
pretty-
feet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the dragon would have.
So-
we need to run.
We're running.
Survive this to come back and attack our.
Okay, so some of you are running. Some of you are doing what? Is there anybody doing anything but running?
I say we don't fully run away and wait for them. Wait to see if we can get anybody
We're
running
gone,
away.
dude.
Okay.
It
appears-
Good point. We can run 300 feet or
safe-
500
a
feet,
safe distance.
and then I like. So
What's a safe distance?
500 feet.
The party runs away bravely and hides in the woods, and the dragon and the Fomorians engage in what's left of the battle. And after a relatively short fight, the Fomorians seem to have been beaten, and the dragon seems to now be searching in the surrounding area.
Oh shit! Now we're hiding from the dragon.
What's the dragon seem to be searching
No,
for?
for us or more Fomorians.
I don't know. He just seems to be searching around.
Does anybody have like a?
Do you want to get up and wave and say hi to the dragon? Say, hey, great job!
No.
No.
We're hiding pure hide mode
Pure
until
hide
he
mode.
flies the other way.
Give me a roll.
And then, oh shit! What are we rolling here?
Who's got the best stealth?
I do.
Go ahead, make it.
2, 3.
Lead us in the
Two
stealth.
dice. Straight doll.
Does nature help?
I do not have the best stealth.
Oh!
We're spotted.
The dragon...
I blend in. Does that help?
No, your blend in is the dragon swoops down quickly and stops. It says, staying or going?
What would you like us to do?
Staying or going? As you see now, as you're standing there, you see Kobold starting to pour
We're
out of
going.
the tower.
Going. Leave.
The party is withdrawing heroically. Well, you got to see the little bit of what happened here. It was fun. It didn't last anywhere near as long as, of course, the major battle I thought was going to last, which allowed us to play a couple games of Splendor afterwards. But it was interesting. And of course, when you're doing role playing like this, and especially if you put in weaknesses in your creatures, you need to role play them really well. And that worked out well here. I mean, just the strange ability that they flat out a creature that happened to be vain kind of worked to their advantage, and they were able to sort of get a lot of positive feedback and pretty much guarantee the return of their people. So I hope that worked out well for you. So until we have a chance to speak again, fight me devils, fight, for I hate peace. Hold on one second, we'll talk about the other two things. Thanks a lot. Anyway, for those of you who are interested in the Vintage Miniature Challenge, I picked up 250 bubble lights ready to ship. A lot of people have been sending me some information or asking me how to get a hold of me or how they can send me their information, without on the QT so it doesn't get out in the public. And I'm appreciative of that. So what I have basically done to that end is I said, look, join my Patreon page. For the $2 that it'll cost you, it will defer my shipping costs. And I'll get the stuff out. If you want to quit after the first month, because I think that's all they're going to make you do, that's fine. I understand if you don't have the cash. If you do, I appreciate the support. The second thing is I want to start doing a playtest on this. I had a long conversation with Steve, my writing partner on this. And, I am concerned the way the world is, how there's been delays in printing, and I'm not really up on all maybe the local things. And I'm going to feed and start talking to a lot more people who are into printing rule books and stuff and see if I can glean some more information of how to get things done, get some connections, and hopefully speed this along. But I thought in the meantime, there's no such thing as a good secret. It's either too good to keep or not worth keeping. So I thought if you are interested and like to do playtesting, you might be interested in doing that. Again, that'll be something that'll be on my Patreon page. Join my Patreon page. Tell me you're interested in the miniatures and great, or tell me you're interested in the miniatures and playtesting. And that, again, will help defer the costs because we're pretty much analog initially. You're going to be getting little packets that are really much all written out. Also, I thought it might be fun for those of you doing playtesting that you can start running some role-playing games as well to get a feel of the world of Albion before the rules themselves and the game module comes out. So if you're interested, and like I said, get in touch with me on my Patreon page, and we'll get involved with that. I'll be doing I think, Patreon only videos once we do the playtesting too. So that'll be sort of the good way to keep an eye on what's happening, and you'll be more in the know. And then, of course, at the end, when it does go to Kickstart printing and the like, all the people who did playtesting help will have a little special something, either a discount, which sounds boring, but what I thought I'm going to hopefully try to do is get a unique miniature that's only going to be for people who were involved in the production of the game product. So something that you might be interested in. Either way, there you go. Get on my Patreon page. Let me know what you're interested in, and we'll get you going. If you hung around and you're not on my Patreon page, but you did want to try to get on the miniatures, I am looking through all my other social medias for people who might have already sent me information, and I'll be packing those up and sending them out to you as soon as I can. I'm going to, in the meantime, get a P.O. box. You can send them things back there. I'm not really afraid of you basically sending to my home. For those of you who, of course, have my address, it doesn't really bother me. I'm not nervous nor afraid of people. In fact, I'm kind of approachable. So it's one of those things that if you come in and you say, hey, I'm going to be in Long Beach, I'd love to get together and talk gaming. I'll take you down to Sheldrake's and buy you coffee. We can talk gaming. If you're from out of the state or out of the country and you say, hey, I'm coming to Southern California for a vacation, let me know way in advance. I mean, I'll help you, tell you where to go, where not to go, what things to do, maybe get you into a playtest session or even a regular game. You know, I love to meet people from all over the world, all over the country who are into gaming. So until we have a chance to speak again, paint on and enjoy the games.